Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for quite some time, but I've been allowing this time for the Lord to work on me, and I am so excited for the revelation and renewal of the breath of fresh air that I felt like I needed to get back here and to truly tell y'all what's been going on. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Rita. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Let's go ahead and get into this video, okay? So in today's video, we are going to be doing a makeup look, nothing special. I'm just getting ready to shoot my podcast, and I thought I'd take you guys with me and talk to you guys a little bit and catch you up, like what's been going on with me while I've been absent and all these different type of things while I get I haven't done makeup in so long, y'all. I don't know how this is going to look, but you know I'm a DIY girly, so I'm going to do everything myself to prep for my photo shoot and to get ready to shoot the first season of my autobiography of a diary entry. So the unspoken diary entry. So if you are new here, again, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I don't know what brought you here, but I'm so grateful, so humbly blessed that you are here. I hope that I'm able to touch your spirit, but not as who I am, but the vessel of the Lord, and allow him to speak through me to speak to you, whoever you may be. I want you to know that you're loved. I love you, but God loves you more. So again, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm taking y'all behind the scenes with me as I do my makeup look and do my photo shoot to prep for my podcast. It will be a videography podcast until I figure out how to get onto the Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff with the podcast. But that's one thing that has been holding me back from not recording. So yeah, we're gonna stop being disobedient and we're gonna get this out, and then we'll work on the kinks and cuddles to get out, because it's never gonna be perfect, and I have to let the enemy stop telling me that I can't do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll figure out the rest of the process. Okay? All right. Good. It is July 2nd shooting this video. Okay, so we are in the second half of the year. It's your perspective of how you look at something, because if I'm being honest, I was about to say I wasted the first part of my 6 months of the year, but I didn't, y'all. I have been going through some real life-changing situations, and it has drawn me closer to God to a point where I feel like he needed me to be. Even if I would have tried to rush stuff in the first six months, the first part of the year, I wouldn't have been productive, because I remember what the Lord told me at the beginning of the year. And it's like, when I tell you something, that's what I mean. Like, I know what's going on around you, but what I told you is what you need to be doing, y'all. That's a sermon in itself. But I don't want to look at stuff from a negative perspective. So even though I didn't achieve what I set out for myself the first 6 months of the year, I'm happy where I'm starting this 6 months of the year, and I feel like I got some of the things that God needed me to have. Dollar eyebrow pencil, side note, y'all. So this is what I'm using for my eyebrows. I got a new lash thing, so yep, here we go. Okay, so I feel like I am in a place where I needed to be productive. That way, I feel like if I would have did what he told me to do, or what I thought, in the time limit and the pressures that I put on myself in the first 6 months, I wouldn't have been productive, and I would have felt like a failure. And I did feel those transitions in the midst of all the things that I've been going through. I'm still going through some things, y'all. I'm in a peak. I don't even want to say I'm in a peak of it, because you don't know where you at in God's timing. You know what I'm saying? Because he sits outside of time. So even though I feel like, oh, it's been this long, God probably like, that's just been one day, and I'm happy you finally here. Now that you're here, we can move on. The Lord is, we're gonna get there. But anyway, y'all, So I'm so happy to be back. I'm actually quite nervous to be recording this video, but I'm excited at the same time. And I'm going to let my excitement overpower my worry or concern. So let's just jump right on into this makeup look. I'm doing a basic look. Why do I got all my pens in my makeup bag? I don't know. But I'm just doing a basic makeup look. Nothing too special or anything. I just want to do, like, you know, cover up. This is my birthmark, but cover up some of my dark spots. Kind of give myself a bland, soft, glam look for my photo shoot. I am shooting the photos myself. Everything I'm doing myself. I'm trying my best to take y'all on, you know, take y'all behind the scenes with me in the midst of this. I'm pretty sure this video is going to drop before the intro video, which will have clips of this in it. So even if I don't shoot or show you guys behind the scenes of the photos and stuff, just look out for it, because it's coming. It's coming. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about challenging myself and stop holding back. And that's one thing I love about the Lord that he's done showing me. It's like, you literally is against yourself. You are fighting your flesh, and you're letting your flesh win. And who is the flesh, y'all? It's the enemy. Like, he's on a mission, and he had me trapped in my mind, y'all. I would have the best ideas and all of that, and he would just tell me that I'm not good enough. Like, oh, that's been done already. That ain't nothing special. Really trying to mute my voice, y'all. And I let this lame Lucy really mute my voice. And I've been going through so many trials and tribulations because of it. Because it made me question God instead of questioning the enemy. Like, you ask me a question, I ask you a question. You feel me? Like, that's how I've been kind of looking at it with the enemy. Like, I get what you on. You not nothing new. You've been doing the same tricks and tips and tricks since the beginning of time. But you know what? The battle is already won. Okay? You're trying to set me back, and I'm trying to move forward to where God is trying to take me. So I got to get out this mood. I got to shake this. And Lord, the revelation that he gave me yesterday to put me in front of this camera today, I'm so grateful. I'm so humbly grateful that he loved me that much. It's the thought of being loved to the magnitude of what I think love could be from my human perspective and experience. But to know that he loved me even more than that, it makes you want to get up and just be great. What you want me to do today, Lord? How can I just tell somebody else about you? How can I tell somebody else about you and get them lifted and pulled out this little dungeon that they probably in? Because if they know what I know, they're going to be jumping for joy too. And they're going to want to go tell somebody else. That's why they say love is the only thing that can defeat hate. Or how contagious love is, and you can't help who you love, and all these different types of things. Because love is kind. It's not boastful. It's patient. It's like humbling. Oh my God. And when you realize how much the Lord loves you, you want to love just that much, because you know how good it make you feel, and you want to give it to somebody else. Y'all, he made me feel so good. He made me feel so good in the midst of humbling me in a situation. Because we so focused on me, and this happened to me, and why this happened to me, and God, like, let me show you something. Let me turn this movie clip on and take you back in time. And it's out of love. It's out of love to humble you, but I need you to realize something. And he been doing it. He been doing that, y'all. Yesterday, I had July 1st, I was beat. I sat in my car and I cried and I cried, and I had so many questions and concerns, okay? And he was just like, sometimes I gotta allow something for you to see something in yourself to realize that I only can fix that situation. And when I fix that situation and you see the beauty behind it, and you realize that I only can fix the other situation, you just gonna let me be God. So we gonna take it back. I just did a lot of rambling because I don't know what none of my stuff is, y'all. Everything just been kind of threw together up in everywhere. So just bear with me while I kind of find some of my stuff and pull together this makeup look, because I really don't have any foundation or anything. I don't have anything, y'all. I just been bombing it out. Like, if I'm being honest, your girl's been out here trifling real bad. But I'll talk about some of the products I use. All of them is either drugstore, Family Dollar, those type of drugstores, beauty supply, or I have been to the commissary sometimes some years ago. Everything is super duper old, y'all. So I'm not a teacher on this. I just want to talk to y'all, and I don't want to bore y'all out, so I'm giving y'all something to look at. If I'm being honest. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and start out with this Matty Matte Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer to kind of close my pores. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have really deep pores. They really deep. And until I learn this makeup stuff, this is what I got and what I could afford to use. This is what we use. But let's get back on my God, because my God is awesome. Y'all, this is too watery and I don't know why. Let me just tell y'all about my God. So I have been trying to walk with God since I have been in Georgia a little over a year and 2 months. And I was going through a lot when I moved to Georgia, and I knew I had to seek God. But seeing that I didn't grow up in the church, and I am one of those people that did not grow up in the church. I was in the church when I was little. I attended. I knew anything about God, and I just left the church when I got old. No, I did not grow up in the church. I didn't go to a church, none of that. And it wasn't that my mom was like atheist or anything. It's just where she was at in her life. That's not what she was on. Even though she knows she needed some healing and all those different type of things, she wasn't on it. Like, she wasn't like, I'm gonna force my kids to go to church, because she didn't go to church like that. So yeah, let's just start there. That's my perspective as an adult. As a kid, my mom's dead, Lord rest her soul. She has gone on to glory, and I have a lot of questions that I can't get answered. So if your parent is still alive, humble yourself and realize that they was a human first before they had the you as the little human, and get to know them as a person. It probably will help you heal some of your childhood wounds. And now I know some people, parents, probably don't want to talk about it because they ashamed and all of those things. But that's when you come in and let the Lord shine through you. You show them appreciation and understanding and patience that what they're trying to tell you or take accountability for is painful. It's painful, and a lot of people get stuck in their ways the older they get, and they feel like they don't owe nobody an apology or a justification for what they did. We like that. Just humble yourself, be a little graceful, have a little mercy, but in due time, when they see the light of your healing and God working through you, then that God wants you to be a beacon to the unhealed, so they will come to him too. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Seeking him he's everything, right? He's everything. And I know, like, some people don't quite understand what that is. I didn't understand what that was, because 9 times out of 10, God come get us in the midst of the pit of our mess, right? And that will bring us to God, and we be like, oh Lord, you know, I'm going through this and the third, help me. And then he help you because your main focus is on that, and then you leave him. But that's not all he is. He's not just a provider, because a lot of people come to him with finance issues. He's not just a provider, right? He's so much more, and he wants you to know just how much more he is, because he know how much you need to heal from. Your main focus is just what's in front of you at this particular moment, what you feel in the epiphany of your heart, what's important to you. at this particular time. So that's all you focus on. But in the midst of that, you have to allow him to show you other stuff that probably contributed to that thing, and let him help you with that. That's how you also find out he's something else. He's Jehovah Jireh. He's Yahweh. Like, he's all of these other things as well. He's literally everything that you need. Like, he's literally everything that you need, right? And he tells us in the manual, which is the Bible, y'all. I used to be anti-Bible. I was not gonna read this Bible. Like, first of all, it was too hard to read. Don't nobody understand all them names. Don't nobody understand the parables that Jesus was speaking in. When you in the world of sin, you feel immediately condemned, which is not what the Lord is trying to do. He's trying to convict you. But in order to do that, he has to make you aware of what you're doing wrong. And sometimes it'd be hard for us to accept, like, oh, he judging me. He think he better than me. He is. That's why he's able to tell you that you do it wrong. But you got to humble yourself. That's why the Lord say be humble and come childlike minded. Because our kids, even though they wrong, after we correct them, they still come back and be like, yep, I love you. Can I have some chips? Yep, I love you. Can I? Look at that, y'all. Yep, I love you. Can I have a hug? You still my comforter. You still my provider. I still love you. And that's kind of how God wants us to be. It's like, it's just a little correction to better you. I want you to be better. But in order for you to do that, I need you to realize that you're not all that in the bag of chips. You know, you're not that chip and dip that you think you is. You got a little bit too much dip on your chip. And that's okay. But let me humble you and fix that. And let me be able to show light. This is some fun LA Girl Pro Concealer. I don't like this, y'all. But I'm finna use it because I need to brighten my eyeshadow. But yeah, so back to the story. I didn't know anything about following God. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't used to go to church, and I felt like I was church hurt. But that was like projected on me from other people. Don't go to church, they judge you, they hypocrites, blah, blase, blase, blase. Right? So I was church hurt. So I'm like, I'm going to figure it out on my own. But the Lord literally tells you to get into communion with other people because he know that this walk is not going to be a walk in the park. Actually, it's going to be one of the hardest things you ever decided to do, which is going to make you question whether or not you should have did it, which is why Jesus sent out his disciples 2 by 2. He said it's not good for you to be alone. Right? So he loved us so much. He thought about everything. He thought about everything. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk with God. But in the midst of my pain and not fully understand him, and I still, don't get me wrong, don't fully understand the Lord, but it makes me more enthusiastic, have more enthusiasm about getting to know him, because I know, y'all know that song when they say, I had a taste of your goodness, I trust in your promise. Y'all, the lyrics hit different, but I was like, I'm gonna follow God, but I need this problem fixed, not this problem. And the Lord like, that's a problem too. I need that problem. I need all of them. I need you to give me everything. And we so prideful that we hold on to things, think we got it. We think that our little problems is too much for God. We be like, you can have this and you can have that, but you can't have this. And for me, that was smoking. Okay, let's just be honest. I used to like smoking anyway, but it wasn't what is the word I'm looking for? It wasn't a crutch. It wasn't a I'm trying to think of the word, y'all. It wasn't an addiction. And people are like, smoking is an addiction. You can't get addicted to weed. An addiction is like a mindset, in my opinion. Like when people started, because everything could be an addiction. When people overeat, I'm just going to start there because people don't act like gluttony. Gluttony is not a major sin. I mean, all of them are major sins, but we just going to start there because I could easily go to drug habits. But gluttony is a sin. And I used to be overweight too, so I could talk about this. I found comfort in eating, right? When I was sad, I would eat. When I was happy, I would eat. When I go somewhere, I would eat. Like, I would just eat. When I had different emotions, I would eat, right? Instead of dealing with the problem or another thing I used to do is run from my emotions. I'm too strong for that. I shouldn't be crying. Why am I crying about this? Why are you crying about that? Let's heal that. And I knew that was too much. Like, I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to uproot that. I didn't want to relive childhood trauma. So, baby, I took off like a bat out of, okay? So, you literally can find an addiction is just abusing something, really. So, like, we abuse a lot of things. And most people abuse drugs. So, it originally don't start out as a bad thing. It's when you overdo it, it comes a bad thing. So for me, I started smoking in college. I just started smoking, honestly, out of peer pressure. But then I started selling it, right? Because I had to pay for school. So I used to do stuff, which is insane because my degree was in criminal justice. Just hit me out. Hit me. It don't make sense. And I know the Lord used to be like, girl, you is insane. But I love you though. I'm happy to get through this. I got your back. I'm standing over here waiting on you to get it together. So I have this other LA Pro Girl concealer that's in the orange corrector color, and I'm just gonna correct some of these dark spots in my face. But anyways, so yeah, I started doing that. And then I used to get sad. And this is why God say don't compare. I used to compare myself to everybody, all my peers. Like, I'm an honor roll student. I'm slick smarter than all them. Like, I know right from wrong. But why is everything messing up for me? Why do I have to work? Why did they take my scholarship? Why? Right? Why me? And at the time, I didn't know nothing about God. So I'm just going with the flow. I'm just moving off emotions, misunderstanding, and everything is spiritual, y'all. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. So me not knowing no better, I just went with the flow. I allowed certain things. I allowed certain spirits to be around me, and it brought me down even more. It made me feel like I wasn't good enough. And that's why God said don't compare. It's a thief of joy. So I would compare myself like, why is everybody else don't got to work? I got to go to work, and I got to keep my grades up because I was an honor roll student. So I had to keep my grades up, and it's hard. I'm tired. I just want to hang out. I just want to kick it with my friends. I don't want to get up every day in the morning time and go to work and stuff. But guess what I did? I did it. And it was a lot of pressure on myself. So now smoking for fun or being around people that smoked, I began to like it because it became a relief. It was like, yep. Going to class today, got an 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, baby, I'm high. Okay? I'm high. Because I'm tired. I done went to class, stressed out. Don't want to go to this school. Don't know why God allowed me to go to this school. And I got accepted to all these other schools, y'all. It was so much. It was so much. And you just don't know. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm at this school I don't like. I don't want to be at. And I'm just like really losing myself in this world. And but God always got a purpose. He always there, y'all. He always there. So anyway, I started smoking originally at a peer pressure. By this time, I'm a sophomore. My grades haven't dropped, but I'm in a bad crowd. So not only am I smoking, I'm drinking. And I drink a lot because my mom is an alcoholic. Yes, handsomes. Because my mom is an alcoholic, right? So now I'm numbing stuff that I'm dealing with them. I'm really envious because I'm at this college I don't want to be at. I don't feel like, I'm empty. I have a void and I don't know what it is and I don't know why. But it's stemming me constantly making bad decisions. And the Lord said there's no depth to sin. Because once you get in, it's just like, you know how people be like, if you a lie, you will steal, you will cheat. It's like that type of persona. So it's like, okay, now I went from this to doing this. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing this. Okay, now I got in this particular crowd. Now I got to do this. Now I'm making soul ties. Now I'm conniving people. Now I'm like, it's just, y'all, it gets real. Like, everything is spiritual. Anyways, first year went past, whatever. Got through the first year. Here comes the second year. I'm using the same foundation that I use for the top of my brows, which is a chestnut and Wet n Wild photo focus. So it's like a creamy situation. But I done got so tired with people, and now I feel like I'm in too deep. Like what do you say? I gotta go through it with my boy. But anyway, so I'm hustling. I'm doing everything but the right thing. And I had them fell real deep. I had them lost myself to the point where I was self-harming and I was like trying to OD. So this is not the first time that I was suicidal, or to a point where I was suicidal, but this was the first time that I felt like I can do it and won't nobody miss me. Right? I felt alone, like nobody loved me, nobody cared about me. So when they say you pray to God and ask him for something, he answers your prayers, when you're not focused on the Lord or you don't truly believe him, you can miss his blessing, because he would send something in the package that you're not familiar with, so you would mishandle your blessing, which makes you fumble the bag, quote unquote, fumble the bag. But I remember, and I'm just sharing this with you guys, it's my testimony, I hope it helps somebody. But I remember I had smoked, I had a long day, I felt used and abused by everybody that was in my circle. I didn't used to tell anybody, I used to just suck it up, right? Because I didn't have a voice. I didn't feel like I had a voice growing up because my mom was so caught up in things that she had going on, and I never had a trusted relationship. I didn't feel like I had a trusted relationship with her where I can open up with her. But it's because of everything is based on your perception. So as a child perception of my mom, no, I can't talk to her. She's mean. She's an alcoholic. She does drugs. She don't get it. Because if she loved me, she wouldn't be doing these drugs. Right? So no. But anyways, so yeah, I don't have anybody to talk to. I never fully trusted anybody. By this time, y'all hadn't been in counseling several times, several different counselors. So I know you're probably, why you didn't go to counseling? I did. I used to get put into counseling when I was a kid, not realizing it was because I was a trouble kid. I was a trouble kid. I used to cut. I used to fight very violently. You know, some kids you see nowadays, like, what is wrong with them? They got something going on. That's a sign. That is a sign that something is going on, and they trying to tell you, but they don't know how to tell you. I have kids, so I know when my 4-year-old is going through something, he's trying to tell me something, and I'm saying what's wrong, and he can't explain it, but his behavior is just speaking massive language. That's that. So, Mom put me in counseling. Eventually, I learned how to manipulate the counselors. If we being honest, I eventually figured out how to manipulate the counselors. So I will only use them to get out of class. So To answer your question, I had went to counseling. By this time, I was stubborn. I didn't have insurance, none of that. So I was self-medicating. Yeah, I'm gonna use this beauty supply eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna use the browns to kind of do something to my brows because they got a lot going on. But anyway, yeah, I was self-medicating. So, and when you do drugs, for me, the first time I got high, I was relieved. It was like a relief of pressure. I was like, oh yeah, that hit the spot. But after a while, you're not gonna keep getting that high. In order to get to that high, you're gonna have to get higher. So it go from 1 blunt to 2 blunts, 2 blunts to 3 blunts, 3 blunts to 4 blunts, 4 blunts to 5 blunts, 5 blunts to blunts and drinking. It's because you're seeking that relief again that you're not gonna get. You're never gonna get it. Because only one thing and one person can give you that, and that's God. So, y'all keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, I'm, this point, I'm heavy in smoking. I'm using the pressed powder to kind of get some color going to my eyebrows. My eyelids. But, I don't know what brushes these is. I got all these from Amazon like 2-3 years ago. They all look the same. Maybe that's the brand right there. Nope, because it's 2 different colors. I don't know. Amazon. But so yeah, self-medicating, and then you become a functioning alcoholic or a functional whatever, because it's like I have to keep going. I cannot give up, but I'm not letting go of this drug either. Like, this is what gets me when I get off work. It's like, yep, this is exactly what I needed. So that became less fun, right? I stopped wanting to get high. So, mind you, I'm in my 2nd year. Let me hurry get back to the story. I'm holding y'all a long time. It's been 32 minutes. But I'm medicating, and I had not made it to the point where I didn't want to live anymore. So I'm hanging with my friend. And that's another thing about being in a circle of people that don't know you or know what you got going on, is because I had friends around me, but I didn't feel like I could trust them. I never opened up to anybody because I had abandonment issues, and I just felt like I couldn't trust nobody. So I didn't. So even though I'm going through all this, I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody what I was going through. I did not. First of all, I know you talk about other people. So if you get my juicy business, because I know I got a lot going on, I'm going to have to put my hands on you. Because now I know you out here telling my business. And I know you like, you should have friends around you like that, You trauma bond with people, and you feel like they can fill a void. So they feeling something that only God can feel temporarily, which makes you miss all the other red flags of their behavior. But you have to be graceful, because each and every one of us is going on our own walk with God. But when you're not walking with God, you don't realize that. And that's something I want a lot of people to understand that I love about the Bible. When you read the Gospels and you see the disciples' story, they always going through something. They always walking with Jesus. And they all showed each other grace and love and was there for one another, because they understand the spiritual part of it and not the human part of it. So just be mindful of that, okay, y'all? So I didn't understand I only understood the human side of it. So nevertheless, I'm on a bridge. We used to call it the bridge in my college. It was like a bridge that you walk up and across the main street from the college to the JRMC building, which also was a gym. But we also crossed the street to get across the street to go to like the gas station, the liquor store. Everything was across that street. So instead of trying to cross it dangerously, you could just walk up and walk around on the bridge. So we sitting on the bridge. That was like our little spot. By this time, I had not met my human angel, right? So I'm on the bridge. It's vague. Me and my friends hanging out. We smoking. And I'm in my head and I'm high. And you know, God hears your heart. He hears your thoughts. So sometimes when you can't form the words to say them out loud, he still hear you. You can still close your eyes or just talk to him in your head. He can hear your thoughts. It's the scripture in the Bible where the Pharisees thought something and God answered their thoughts. So, yeah. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Lord, I'm tired. Everybody's, my mom, my auntie and them just be like, pray. And I didn't understand what praying was. So I'm sitting on the bridge and I'm like, Lord, I'm ready to end it. So today, when I get done, I'm going to get real high. And I'm going to go back to my dorm and I'm going to OD. Like, I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to feel no pain. I just want to OD and I want to go to sleep. I'm tired, right? I'm tired. I'm not getting no rest. Not like I don't go to bed at night, because I didn't. I was hustling. I didn't go to bed at night. But even when I did lay down, I didn't get no rest. And that's a whole nother sermon too. But I didn't get no rest. So, and I didn't understand why. So I used to stay busy, and I always had something to do. I had some hair to do. I had some drugs still. I had some DVDs still. I had a job to go to. I had class. It was ongoing. I was just constantly trying to stay busy and stay afloat. And I was tired. So I was telling God I was tired. And I was like, Lord, this can't be the life that I'm supposed to live. Like, why is it so hard? It's not worth it. And I prayed. I said, Lord, I just want somebody to love me for me, to see me for who I am, and to, want what I want, to find somebody that's like, not, I didn't say equally yoked, but basically that's what I meant. I want somebody that just like truly can see that I'm messed up, because I know that I'm messed up, but that still will love me, that will still accept me and be like, I want better for you. Because everybody around me, when they say people around you for what you can do for them, like, some people seen the good in me, but others didn't. They just seen what I showed them, because I never was truly who I was. I used to always wear a mask to fit in because I had abandonment issues. So I would, if I want to hang out with these people, I thought these people were cool, I would do what they do. Plus, I'm a multi-potential. Like, I can do anything. I'm very talented. I'm smart. I catch on to everything. So it's nothing that I couldn't do. So I could get in with the in crowd. But that would be like sacrificing your morals and values, what you know is right. Being around people that talk about other folks, that gospel, that all that. And it don't sit real with your spirit, but you want what you want. Because you got a void that you're trying to fill, that only God can feel, and only God can show you who you truly are, because he made you. He knew you before you was in your mother's womb. He know every single hair that's on your head. He know the beginning and the end. You cannot get there, wherever there is for you, without him, because he's already knows what's there. He know what you need when you get there. It's like my children ask me, can we go to Six Flags, or can we go to the beach? Parents don't say, okay, we're going to the beach, pack. We pack. We like, okay, what we need to the beach. We need this when we go to the beach. We need this. We need food. We know we're going to be out there this time. We need sunscreen. We need towels. We need this. We need a first aid kit. You prep ahead for them to get there, and they trust in you. They be like, I want to go to the beach. They don't care about all that other stuff. They say what they want, and they allow and wait until you prepare the way for them. That's the Holy Spirit for us. But we don't realize that. We think we got it all together and we can figure it out, and we know this and we know that. Anyway, y'all, I know that now. I didn't know that then. But God was still there, because he knew that. So I'm like, Lord, I don't ever think, at that time I didn't want to get married and stuff. So I'm like, I don't have nothing to live for. I understand, I ain't had no kids or nothing. So I'm just like, I can go, and ain't nobody gonna be worried about it. It might hurt a few people, but they ain't gonna miss me. just like that. They're not gonna miss me. I have another beautiful palette, Beauty Supply, but I'm trying to get a darker color, or just that red in my eyes. I don't like that. Anyways, but yeah, so I prayed, and in the midst of praying, my friend was like, y'all come on, let's go to the store. And I ain't had no money at the time. I hadn't got paid, and when I did get paid, I had stuff to pay. Okay. So I'm like, y'all, let's just go to the cafeteria, because when I was in college and I stayed on the dorm, we get to eat in the cafeteria free. So baby, I was at every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because duh, I'm a broke college student. And they used to have money. So I'm gonna use this finishing matte Wet n Wild to spray on this sponge, and I'm gonna like get this this concealer together. So I'm like, let's just go to the caf. And it was my favorite day. It was Fish Friday, y'all. So in the midst of this, I'm like, I'm finna go eat. I'm gonna eat my last supper. It's not funny because I didn't understand what the last supper was, but I was like, I'm finna eat my last supper. I'm finna get real full, and then I'm gonna go to my room, take a shower, take these pills, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they got going on, whatever, right? Because I pray, and I'm thinking like I'm gonna get instant relief, because everybody like, you gotta pray, you gotta pray. So I prayed, and then it was like reality snapped back into reality. Walking by sight, I'm like, I'm still here with these people, and they talking about going to eat. They don't even care or even realize that I'm over here like sad. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here, but it's having too much expectations on people. They are human. But yeah, I'm like, whatever. So I get up, we walk to the cafeteria, y'all, and again, we have expectations on what we think, how we think God is gonna work. We put him in a box. So at that moment, I'm thinking he was gonna instantly relieve me, and since he didn't hear me or care what, or care. So I stopped thinking about God and went on with my plan, because it was an instant gratification or whatever. So we get to the cafeteria, y'all, and I'm like, yep, who can we jump in line? Who can we jump in line to get to the front of the line, because we wasn't there when the doors opened at the caf. So now it's packed because it's Fish Friday. Everybody look at the fish because it's busting. And I'm like, okay, baby, I'm warming up the seafood boil, okay? So we can have some shrimp and eggs and stuff. It's in the oven already. No, don't mess with it. It's on. It's cooking. Give me a minute. So I'm hurry this up, y'all. It's almost 45 minutes in. But so my friend see this other dude that she know, and she like, hey, there go such and such. We just gonna call him Buddy. You know, say. So she like, there go Buddy right there. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know who Buddy is, cause I don't really got a lot of free time on campus, because I go to work, and when I come back, I'm either in class or I'm smoking. I'm somewhere chilling. I ain't too much out. You know what I mean? I'm real low key. Hence my nickname. But anyway, I'm real low key with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whatever. She's like, yeah, there goes such and such. So she basically acknowledged him so we can come jump them in line. And I'm like, cool, whatever. So we go and jump them in line, and he got his homeboy with him. And his homeboy is the package. It's my package, right? So when you don't know, or you don't, you know what I mean, you're not looking for God in everything, you don't see him. You don't see him. And you're judging the package, right? Instead of looking for God in everything. So we get in line, and she like, this my homegirl I was telling you about. I'm with my other friends too, so it's like 4 of us. I want to say it was either 3 or 4 of us. And she like, this is my homegirl I was telling you about. He like, oh, she like, this is Rita. And Buddy like, oh, okay, you braid hair. And I'm in my own mind. When you be so caught up in yourself and self-centered. Now, mind you, I done put this mask back on because I was that girl in college. Like, I was that girl. If we being honest, not the right girl at the time. And we got to humble ourselves there too, because, yeah. But I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm that girl. And I really don't want to be bothered. If we being honest, I don't want to be bothered because I'm going through something. But now I got to put that mask on. And sometimes you can't hide under that mask. Sometimes you can't hide under the mask. I'm going to put this pressed powder under my eyes to like try to stop this creasing or whatever. And then I'm going to finish the rest of my face. But, so I'm like, yeah. So my package is like, oh, you Rita. That was an insult. Because what have you heard about me to make you say some, oh, you Rita? Like, yeah, I am. Your point? And what have you heard? You feel me? Like, what you got going on that made you say that? I was immediately insulted. Immediately. So, to clap back, childish, I was like, what you mean by that? He was just like, and he really didn't mean no harm. He was just like, nah, I heard about you. So in my head, I'm like, what you hear? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you hear? You done heard about me. So he like, but you don't know how you coming off to people. So he like, looking at me like, you good? And then I was like, since he don't want to tell me what he mean by that, I'm just going to tell him I don't do hair no more. Like, find somebody else to do your hair. Period. So I'm like, oh, I don't do hair no more. He looked at me like, all right. Like, I'll just get somebody else to do it. Like, real humble, like. And that humbled me because I'm like, what you mean? Like, everybody want their hair done. Like, duh. But that was the persona I was putting up. When in actuality, I didn't think that I did hair that good. And I used to compare myself to everybody else. So I didn't want people to get their hair done by me because they done got this highly recommendation, because I don't think that highly of myself. And they done got this highly recommendation, and then I let them down because they done caught me in a mood where I'm just not, like, you know, like, you got to be confident when you're doing certain stuff. You can tell people's confidence in some of the stuff they be doing. Like, I wasn't confident. I wasn't feeling myself. Like, no. So something about him triggered something in me. I was like, oh no, I don't know who he talks to. Like, do he not know who I am? In a very bad way, y'all. But I liked him. I immediately liked him. I was like, That was just the Lord, like, you finna run off your blessing. You finna run off your blessing. And that's the first time. It's not the first time I know God was there for me, but that was like the first time as an adult. That was the first time as like an adult I felt like I felt something and I didn't know what it was, but I was intrigued to figure it out. Oh, I got so much hair on my face. I was intrigued to figure it out. So I pursued him. I pursued my blessing, and I'm happy I did. But let's just go back to me telling y'all how if you don't know that it's one of God's blessings, you will misuse it. If you don't seek God to how to steward over something that he's blessed you with because you asked for it and you know that you deserve it and all these different things, you would lose it. So fast forward to 12 years later. It was time for me to find God again. I had lost my mom. Lost my mom. And then I lost my brother. And my husband deployed. Military life is so hard, y'all. And when you don't know yourself and you lost in the world and you lost in your emotions and self-centered and you self-medicating, because I was back self-medicating. You check out. You check out emotionally. You check out physically. Because your body, I don't care what these people be saying, if your mind ain't right, your body not going to do what you trying to get it to do. We're going to leave that there. But you got to be mindful that, again, everybody is on a spiritual walk with God. My husband's on a spiritual walk with God too. And if you don't know God's agenda and his purpose and his intentment for us as human, because you ain't read the Bible, you will be part of the destruction. You will be part of the destruction. And me not knowing what a kingdom wife was, to be a child of God, to know that my husband's a child of God and God has a purpose for his life, and we supposed to be together working it into it. That's why God blessed the covenant. That's a long story, y'all. We're going to eventually get into that. But you need God. You need God, y'all, like you need the air to breathe. Have you ever been suffocating? Or I don't know if how y'all was as kids, but when I was a kid, we used to play and you put a pillow over their head and like you let them wiggle and you know they out of breath, so you like set them free and stuff like that or whatever. I was a trouble kid again. Don't judge me. But, or you underwater. I done did that before. I done dived in a pool that was super deep and I'm trying to like show that I could touch the bottom, and I done jumped down and I'm like at the bottom, touch the bottom, you like barely touching and you trying to hurry up and get back to the top, but you losing air. That's how life is without God. It's a fast, slow death. I know that's like irony, but it's a fast, slow death. So I got these eyelashes from Amazon. This is when I tint my brows. Don't worry about that. But these from Amazon, and I also got these from Shein. So I think the ones I'm finna put on are from Shein, which is these. Did that show? I don't know. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you would die a very fast, slow death without God. He's always there waiting on you to just acknowledge him. He wants you to know that he's real. You, as a kid, I don't know if people had like imaginary friends, but you believed in your imaginary friend, or you see in movies they believe in their imaginary friends so much that they can see them. They know what they like, their characteristics, how they talk, it's their voice, they know them. And maybe somebody else don't see them is because they don't believe. I ain't saying God is our imaginary friend. I'm just saying that he's there. He's always been there. You just haven't activated your spirit or allowed the Holy Spirit to move in you for you to pursue him to the point where he's everything. It's like having somebody in your life that loves you beyond measure, literally unconditional love. There's no condition to their loves because they see you. They see the greatness in you. They see like you are better than what you're displaying. And I get it. God gets it. And he still loves you. Through all your mess, through all your shortcomings, he still loves you. He like, I can help you be better in that. Or I can help you discern, as people say, discernment. I can help you discern like what is what. Because I can see what you can't. I can see their heart. I can see their spirit. I know them. Just like I knew you before you was in your mother's womb, I knew them too. I created them too. And I want to be there to protect you. Just like a parent want to protect their kid. It's like you tell your kids do something. It's like, but why? My son hit that stage when he was 3. But why? Everything is, but why? But why? It's like, boy, I love you. I don't want nothing bad to happen. Trust me. Listen to what I say. And then when they don't listen, you got to be there to support them. But correct them at the same time. But do it out of love. So they won't go to somebody else or feel like they can't come to you next time they make a mistake. Show them grace that they gonna make mistakes because they still trying to figure it out. You know that they're not perfect because you're not perfect. But we have the perfect example. Like, God is the perfect example, y'all. Like, just how we are with our kids is how God is with us. That's why he say, come childlike minded. Not grown, not in the adolescent. He said, come childlike minded. Have childlike faith. Because you could tell your kids something and they don't know when it's coming. We going to Dave & Buster's. Yay! Say something happened. Something come up. They didn't clean their room. It made the process longer. They still know the promise that they're going to Dave & Buster's. They just made a mistake. They didn't obey. But they still going to get the promise. And in your heart, you want to give it to them. Because you want them to have a good time. You want them to have fun. Right? That's the Lord for us. Like, I can't take you there yet because you're not ready. You gonna misuse, or something's gonna go wrong in the process because you're not ready. I don't like these eyelashes. Because you're not ready. And that's the Lord. He like, right now, I want to give you that marriage. I want to give you that man or that woman. But you're not ready. And honestly, if I'm being honest, which ain't none of your business, because that's my child too, they not ready either. So if I put y'all together, y'all just gonna look at me that it didn't go the right way because I gave you something you wasn't ready for. And that's how we do with our kids. You can buy them a new toy and then you get A1 hot when it's in the middle of the floor. And you just bought this money for Christmas. I don't work this hard because I felt like you deserved it and that you would appreciate it. But right now you telling me that you don't appreciate it. So guess what? I'm going to take it. Well, you give your kids a new phone. I'm going to get off these kids. But you give your kids a new phone and they don't come spend time with you no more. They wake up. They text everybody else, but don't text you back. Don't respond to your text. The text dry. It's like, dang, you wouldn't even have that if it wasn't for me. I'm not saying what I'm saying, but I'm saying. And God, like, don't put nothing before me. Because once you start idolizing that, then it's not going to be good no more. Because when my kids don't got their tablet and stuff sometimes, they be hell on wheels. Everything is attitude. It's because you ain't getting your way. Or the fact that you think that tablet is more important than what I'm trying to teach you and show you. That tablet is a distraction. That phone is a distraction. God said that man or that woman is a distraction. That job is a distraction. Like, everything that you're putting before him, he like, I can't bless it because you won't give me that. And it's going to end up going bad. This is going to end up going bad. I'm just saying. He said, favorite verse, scripture of the year, because I did not do a vision board, and I'm going to end the video and come back and show y'all to finish up. God said, favorite scripture, he gave it to me at the beginning of this year. He told me focus. My word this year was focus. I didn't understand it. You never understand exactly what the Lord is saying when he said, because he knows the future. He told me to focus. I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to focus. Then he told me, Matthew 6:33, seek ye the kingdom first. And everything else will be added to me. In my head, I'm like, okay, you telling me to focus on you. Okay. First discipleship group I got in this year. The title of it was Kingdom Focus by Tony Evans. Love Priscilla Shirer. Know about their family. Did not know that it was his book. Had watched the sermon of some things that I had been working on, trying to heal from. And God was like, it's all gonna come together. It's all gonna make sense. So I got excited about it. I'm like, Kingdom Focus, cool. It's like, okay, I'm happy you're excited about it. But you don't know what this gonna entail. But just stick with me. Stick with me. Don't give up. It's gonna get hard. It's about to get hard. And see, that's one thing I give top kudos to the disciples in the Bible, because they were people, y'all. They not just people in the story. They are real. They were real people. They story just in a book. So it's like when you read the little critics and they be like, based on a true story. Like, he's like, let me show you I'm a miracle worker. Right? Boom. Now you believe I am who I say I am, right? But now I need you to trust me. Would you trust me? I would trust you. Okay, walk with me. Where we going? Don't ask all them questions. You said you was gonna walk with me. Walk with me. And literally pick up your cross. Them disciples was going through it, y'all. Going through it. And he like teaching them parables. This and this and this and this. And I'm in that stage. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow God. Things been going good. Like, I'm gonna be grateful. He teach me how to be grateful. I actually prayed for this house. I got the house. We moved here. He's like, yeah. Not really you in, but like, yep. But will you trust me when I say no? Would you love me when I say no? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, like, you shouldn't have a reason to tell me no. You're like, I got a lot of reasons to tell you no, because I got a lot of things I need to tear down in you to build up in you. So you have my fruit. So you won't be a fig tree. So y'all, seek God literally because your life depends on it. Not like your life depends on it, because your life depends on it. And the more you learn about him, the more intrigued you will be about him. It's like falling in love with somebody. You fall in love with them for this one reason. 9 times out of 10, it's meeting the need that's a void. You like, this person loved me, or this person do this for me, and I never had nobody do this for me. But in the process of that, you learn other things about them, which makes you love them more. God is like that. I came to him because I had a void of abandonment, pride, envy, comparison, jealousy, gluttony, all my sins. And I came to him because one pushed me over the edge, right? And when I got in there, I was like, oh, not only if I give him this, he will fix this. But he loved me enough to do this. He loved me enough to make me a masterpiece. Because I used to have insecurities, y'all. I did not like the way I looked at all. I hated it. Everybody was more beautiful than me. Everybody. I could find a flaw or something I felt that I wanted for myself and somebody else, and it would make me be envious and jealous of them. And God like, no, I made all y'all special. You are perfect just the way you are. Let me show you how I see you. And that's a prayer I ask for somebody that might be dealing with insecurity. Ask God to show you who you are in his eyes. And that's the same thing I used to ask my husband. Why me? Why you want to be with me? Because we tend to focus on all our flaws. But to somebody else, they see your potential. When God changed Peter's name, he called him what he knew he was, not the name that you went by. You are no longer that. And my husband was like, you are beautiful, you are talented, you like, and I'm like in my head like, no, I'm not. Like, letting the enemy speak. Like, let God's voice be louder. And one way he speaks to us is in his word. In his word. And the more this year is unraveling, the more that makes sense. The reason he told me, like, focus on me. And everything else you need gonna be added. Everything else you need is gonna be added. Because I'm gonna add to that, because I have your time and effort. You just focus on me. The Lord say, focus on me. Y'all, and I'm gonna get into that in the podcast. So make sure y'all stay tuned. and tune into the podcast. I'm not going to tell y'all this video when it's going to be released, but please turn your notification bells. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Give this video a thumbs up if it's something that you like and want to hear more about, because I'm going to be speaking more about my journey with God. And that's what God wants us to do as his disciples, is spread the good news. Like, tell somebody so they could tell somebody and tell somebody, and all of us are seeking the good news, and give him all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Be sure you guys tune in to the autobiography of the Unspoken Diary Entry by me podcast. I'm so excited. It's close to my heart. It's me being vulnerable, y'all. I'm trying not to be ashamed. In a diary, and I explain everything in the title and everything. So be sure you guys tune in. It would mean so much to me. Share the video with somebody else that you know that need to be touched by God's words. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a vessel. And I'm telling my story. I'm telling my story. And no, with no judgment and no shame, because I know my test and my testimony is going to be something that push somebody towards God to get the healing, because we all sometimes feel like we're alone, and we're not alone, and the enemy wants us to feel like we're alone, so we won't spread the good news. But God is with you every day, all day. He's the same guy he was yesterday, the same guy he is today, the same guy he will be tomorrow. He loves you unconditionally, no limits. He wants you to be the best you. In order for you to be the best you, you have to see what the best you look like. And a perfect example, if you want to be like anybody when you grow up, is to be like Jesus. It's not perfection, it's progression. He know we humans, and he know we're going to make mistakes. But he wants us to lean on him so he can help change our mindsets. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And our hearts to follow him. And it's not going to make sense. It's not always going to make sense. But humble yourself and trust in him with all your heart, with all your mind, and know that he wants what's best for you. He wants what's best for you. But we're going to have to go through some things in order to shed that dead skin and go through the blazing fire. But he's going to go straight through it with us. He's the fourth man in the fire, y'all. Like, he has plans to protect you and prosper you and not to harm you. It's just going to be a little bit rough. Like Martin said on Blue Streak, this gonna hurt a little bit. I said what? I said this gonna hurt a little bit. But I love you, and I got you. I love you. God loves you more. I hope this blessed you. Please stay tuned for everything that's coming up. I love you, and I appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so this is the finished look. I kind of smoked my eyes out a little bit more. Darken my lipstick. I mean, my well, it is lipstick, but I'm probably gonna put some lip gloss on. I'm a lip gloss girly. But anyway, so yeah, I am dressed. It's gonna be a basic photo shoot, nothing too much. My hair needs to be done, but for the photo shoot, we just wearing it down. We giving it to glory. It is time for me to actually retwist my hair, but I am going to retwist it. I just don't know what style I want to do, and I'm not retwisting it until I get ready to film. So I just want to do a photo shoot. I haven't took pictures of myself in a while, and I need a cover page and a thumbnail. So yeah, here's the final look of, I don't know. That could be a thing, right? Let's put it up like this. I burned myself. Waxing out. It's a whole nother story though. But I kind of like this. If I can get it to stay like this. Anyways, all right, y'all, so I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see y'all in the next one, which will be here soon, because we gotta get back into our daily life, you know what I'm saying, us normal people. Now we have so many new adventures and things that's going on. I'm excited. I'm excited for what the Lord is doing. I'll see y'all next one.